my wife at the time was working for David Kissinger, who is the president of Conan O'Brien's production company called Conoco. And I saw an ad in the paper in the LA Times that Conan was going to move out here for the Tonight Show. And he and I were friends at the time. And I just said, oh, at the time, we're still friends. But it's lasted. I just asked him, I was like, would you be comfortable like just passing my name if they need any help? I'd love to do it. And so it was probably 3 or 4 days later, I was teaching a class. I get a call and they're like, hey, this is, forget his name. This is Brian from the Tonight Show. We'd like to bring you in for an interview. Can you be here in an hour? And I was like, oh, well, yeah, sure. So I got someone to cover my class. I went to the interview and the interview guy was really nice. He was just like, look, some editors are moving out from New York. They're going to be here in like 2 weeks, but we need someone just to start some stuff because they're really itching to really get some videotape stuff done. So you'd just be here 2 weeks. And I was like, great. That's awesome. It's an easy credit because I get to say, hey, I worked on the Tonight Show. Yeah. And, great. Awesome. So I work on this one particular piece and 2 weeks go by and it's the end of that day on Friday. And they're like, okay, by the way, I got a lot of pitter patter going on. It's a very active house. And they said, oh, come back Monday. We have another piece for you to work on. Oh, okay, great. And then at the end of that week on Friday, they're like, oh, yeah, there's like 2 more things we need you to work on. Oh, okay, cool. And this was probably March of 2009. And the Tonight Show was starting, I believe, in June of 2009. And about a week before our first episode of the Tonight Show, I was still there and I was still working on stuff. And, they're training me on how to do the actual show, not just like, the videotape parts. And finally, I just asked for a meeting with the producer and her name was Tracy King. And, finally get the meeting. It's the first time I'm really talking to her. And she was like, oh, well, what's the meeting? What do you need? And I was like, do I work here? And she was like, oh my God, yes. Like, I didn't even know how much I was going to get paid because, I mean, honestly, like they said, it was 2 weeks on the Tonight Show. So who cares? Like, it's an easy credit. And so 12 years later, and, I remained, went through the Tonight Show. We went through the end of the Tonight Show into Conan's comedy tour across the United States into Conan. And then from Conan, I was just one of the editors, and they decided to do a late night show following Conan called The Pete Holmes Show. And I left Conan to go do the first season of that as the lead. Okay. And then at the end of that season, the lead from Conan was jumping over to Seth Meyers. And so they needed a replacement for him. I jumped in, and that's when everything kind of kicked into gear in terms of doing not just the late night show, but the travel shows, the pilots, the MTV Awards, the anything and everything you can think of. Yeah. And, so we did about, I think we finished at like 1,524 episodes. Wow. And now it's been a week and a half of me playing Xbox and trying to reflect on my life. So